Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Jake with the NSB channel. Today we're doing part 2 of the Bushcraft Waist Kit. If you hear my family in the background, forgive me. We got the baby a new rocking chair and all kinds of stuff, so Jonathan's doing homework. Anyways, stay tuned and we'll get you the details of this waist kit, part 2. Alright guys, so here's what it looks like, almost 100% complete. There's a few things that I have left out for this video, but as you can see, it's quite comprehensive. I'll show it on after I get through this, but right out of the gate, it's about 15 pounds. That is base weight. So it's a little heavy for a waist pack, but that is entirely because of my wool, basically my sleep kit. I've got a wool blanket, I've got a relatively heavy sleeping pad in here. Once again, this all comes down to wanting to be able to use it essentially for season. So yeah, let me break it down, show you what is in here. Alright guys, before I get too carried away with taking everything out of the pack, I want to show you what it looks like on. Granted, it is, as I mentioned, about 15 pounds base weight, so it's not a super light load. And as I mentioned in my first video, this belt buckle is plastic. So it's, I'm a little nervous if I were to take this out, wearing it on my, wearing it as so, that it wouldn't get a little bit, I don't know. I'm hoping this will hold the weight. I think it will. It's pretty heavy duty plastic, but it's still a little nerve-wracking. What I'm thinking I might end up having to do at some point is remove this and figure out a shoulder strap method to carry the wool blanket. But this is kind of what it looks like. And I have basically everything here with the exception of food that I would need for a 1 to 2 nighter. So as I mentioned before, I would just have a haversack on and carry my food in it, and I think an extra pair of wool socks and maybe my gloves or a hat that I could carry in that haversack. So it doesn't need to be a huge haversack that I'm carrying also. Everything that I need is basically in here. And I'm going to show that to you next. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so here's the deal. Let's start with these side compartments because there's not much in them, so we can get this going quick. So I still have a lot of room, but again, I'm getting a little heavy on weight, so really I don't want to add much of anything else to this waist kit. So in here I've got my 5x7 tarp and some cordage, and I would throw in, this is just some extra cordage, I would still need to throw in the cordage from my other tarp setup, just so that I have them already pre-cut and ready to go for this guy. So that takes care of that pocket. Now there's an addition to that tarp, don't forget. In here I've got basically my water kit. I got the Sawyer Mini. This is just held on by I'm going to call it a Live Strong bracelet, but it's just a rubber bracelet. Could do it with a rubber band. And then some stakes. These are some cheap aluminum stakes. I could probably leave these, but for the convenience, they're not too, obviously they're aluminum, so they're not too heavy for the convenience, and that was kind of important to me. If I get out and it's raining, I want to be able to set up quick. Alright, I'll tell you what, I'm going to take a brief pause and plug in my camera so we don't lose battery. Okay, sorry about that. Had to get the, get the cord plugged in so we wouldn't run out of battery here. Alright, so picking up from, that takes care of these 2 compartments, and we're moving on to the main compartment here. And sorry if you hear my family, they're eating in the background, so actually eating at the table tonight. Alright, so what I have in the main compartment, poncho, so some extra cover if need be. I'm glad I'm able to fit this actually just in this main compartment. This is just a Frog Togs poncho, And I didn't know this, but it comes, this is part of the poncho. It just packs into its own little pocket basically, so that's pretty cool. And then the other part of the main compartment here, I'll show you real quick, is this is the painter's drop cloth that I was telling you about in order to make the super shelter. So this will work hand in hand with my 5x7, provide me extra cover, basically block me off entirely from the wind in the winter time, and I can build a fire outside of this, and it will actually help me trap heat inside of my, what ends up being a little super shelter. Yeah. Put those back in there real quick. Okay, this front compartment here of the main kit, I've got a couple of work gloves and some extra cordage. These are just little tidbits of different size cordage and a hank of bank line. I love cordage. You can never, as far as I'm concerned, it's one of the most important C's for me, so I always have a little extra. Side compartment here. So far, I've only got this. It is a lighter wrapped in orange duct tape, hunter orange duct tape. And I've probably only got about 3 to 4 feet of tape on there, but at least it's something. This side, oh, look at that, just another lighter. So like I said, I could still pack additional items. And if you're an experienced outdoorsman, I'm sure that you are noticing a few things that you haven't seen so far. One of them being a first aid kit. Also, any sort of hygiene products. Those are important things that I would include in this kit that I just don't have packed in there right now. Things such as, you know, a little bit of toilet paper, always important, toothbrush, and either some deodorant or maybe some sort of Gold Bond traveling kit. I've got a little miniature Gold Bond thing included. Anyways, moving on. Included in my bedroll here is a ground tarp. I showed this to you in part 1 of this series. And then also what you haven't seen is I have an inflatable mattress that I've rolled up in here. And it is heavy. It's probably, I don't know, almost 2 pounds. So it's a pretty heavy inflatable mat, but it's very thick. It's about 3.5 inches thick, so it'd keep you up off the ground pretty well. It's not insulated or anything like that, but I figure if I have the heated tarp system and I'm off the ground by that far, even in pretty cold weather, I'd be doing pretty good. So I'm factoring comfort into the weight here. Again, this is at about 15 pounds for this whole pack, so not too bad, and also it's not even on my shoulders. So in here I've just got the attached is the Pathfinder School Cook Kit. It's just the canteen. I think I showed this to you in the first video. Canteen, and I'm not going to take it out, but there's the cup that it fits right into. Very easy. And then inside I've got just some additional things for water. Purification tablets. You know, this thing comes with if you bought it from the Pathfinder School, it comes with the little clasp that you can hang the pot by. So that is in there. There's the potable water, I should say. There's a lighter in there as well, so I've got a lot of different fire options. Fall Niven DC4 sharpening stone. And that pretty much is the entirety of the kit that would be packed away. With the exception, as I mentioned, of a small med kit. It's about this big. I usually keep it in my fishing tackle. So that's where that is right now. But I just slide that into one of these pockets that has some extra space and some hygiene products. So in total we're looking at another several ounces, but definitely less than a pound. So 16-pound base weight kit right here. Alright. Alright guys, so I hope you liked part 1 and part 2 of the Bushcraft Waist Kit series, and stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to be doing some fishing videos here, hopefully coming up in the next little bit. I've got a telescoping rod coming up in the next video, so if you're into fishing and the outdoors, stay tuned, and subscribe to the channel for more awesome outdoor videos coming in the near future. Thanks guys. Take it easy.
Bye.